Congratulations to Italy on winning the Euro 2020 final. We've got a new season starting today. Let's go and see if we can be just as successful. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Sons of the Rock. I'm Nick from SonickFM, and this is episode 31. Today, we get the opening two games of the 2024-25 season. First off, we're away to Dunfermline Athletic, and then we're at home, Queens Park. But before we get into those games, let's go and have a look at the transfer roundup for the summer. So first off, we'll take a look at players that have left the club. So we've had 6 players have been released. A couple of them have just, their abilities just not at the level I want them to be. Other ones, in fact all of them pretty much, their abilities just not where I wanted them to be. So players that have left are Ross Forbes, Jack Baldwin, Sam Wardrope, Blair Lyons, Jordi Gavia and Ryan McGeever. Now, let's be honest, we all know what you're more interested in is the players that were brought in. So this is all the transfers from last season. Along with, this is the transfers from last season. I must have went one too far back. These are our incoming signings. As you can see, we've actually spent some money this season. Spent 105,000. So we'll have a look at who we've spent that on. First off, we have brought in Chemi Canway from Crusaders for 38,000, rising to 67,000. But most of that is performance related. He's a 21-year-old Nigerian. He's been capped at under 20 level for Nigeria. 3-star current ability. He's got 4.5-star potential. He's a right or left winger. He's played primarily on the right wing for us so far as an inverted winger. And I wanted somebody else with Lyons leaving. I wanted somebody else on that right hand side to play alongside McCausland, because Frizzell's starting to decline a little bit in his ability as well. As you can see, he's fast. He's got good natural fitness. He's got good stamina as well. That should help keep him fit for the duration of the season. Off the ball, he's got good movement, good work rate, a little bit of flair about him as well. He's quite determined. But what really sold it for me was his dribbling and his first touch. He's got 13 dribbling, 14 first touch, so he's good at receiving the ball and running with it. Crossing, we are working on. But he is playing as an inverted winger on that right hand side for us mainly. Next up, we brought in Jaden Onen. I'm going to go with Onen. 23-year-old Ugandan midfielder. He's got 33 caps and 6 goals for the national team. He can play either a centre mid or attacking mid. 3-star ability, 4.5-star potential ability. Again, just another player to add a bit more quality into that middle of the park there. We really only have, we've got a lot of players that can play that position, but none that I want to play there other than Vasilev or Vikoji. So we brought him in primarily to play in that area. Again, he's got good speed, he's fast, he's good agility, he's got stamina to help keep him going throughout the season. Can hit the ball, good long shots, he's good at running with the ball, he's got the composure and the concentration to pick out a pass as well. His passing could use some work, but to me a 10 isn't too bad a rating for us, a team of our size. Chris Gallagher's going out on loan to Villa leaving. Did I say that already? Oh, that was last season, so I was looking at the wrong one. Sorry. Next up, we've brought in what I hope is going to be the answer to our goalkeeping problem, and that is Toby Savin. 23-year-old English goalkeeper, not capped at youth level or anything like that, but he's got 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Done a comparison between him and Zabra. In fact, we can do that now, and it's a strange one. As you can see, Zabra is slightly better with the shot stopping, but pretty much everywhere else, Savin is better. He's got better distribution, he's better in the air, he's got better communication, he's better mental stats. He's a bit slower than Zabra, but he's got better physicals. So we're giving him gave him the number 1 jersey and we'll see how he goes. Hopefully he is the answer to our goalkeeping problems that have plagued us for the past couple of years. And as you can see, again, he's got decent natural fitness and stamina, good stamina, so hopefully keep him going throughout the season. And pretty much where it matters, he's really good. Things like first touch, I'm not too concerned about that. That's only there because he's a sweeper keeper. So yeah, happy with him. Next up, we've brought in a player to try and help shore up the back line, because as we said, we looked at last season, conceding goals was a big problem for us. We brought in Jack Lee. He's a 25-year-old English centre back. Can also play in the defensive midfield if we need him to. 3-star ability, 4-star potential. He's formerly of Rotherham, and he's just where it matters when it comes to defending. He's pretty good. He's 12 for heading, 12 for marking, 11 for tackling, 15 jumping reach. He's actually got some pace about him, which is something we've been sorely lacking in defence as well. And then on the mental side of things, the bravery and composure and anticipation and concentration are where I would like them to be. So quite happy with him. As you can see down here, we've only played the Betfred Cup games, but he's averaging a 7 rating through those games. Now, Toby Savant and Jack Lee are two other ones that we spent money on. Toby Savant from Accrington Stanley, he's paid 24,000 for him, and Jack Lee from Rotherham, 27,000 for him. Next up, we've brought Kieran Nwenya back in on loan for Aberdeen to play at left back for us. With Gavia leaving, we didn't have a left back, and I couldn't find a decent one that I liked, so went back to Aberdeen and was able to bring Nwenya back in on loan for the season. He done well for his at the end of last season. Quite happy to have him back. Next up, the final player that we've spent some money on, 14,000 we paid to Dungannon Swifts for Mark Beckett. Mark Beckett is a 19-year-old Northern Irish striker / attacking midfielder. He's capped under 20 level for Northern Ireland as well. He's got 3.5-star current ability. He's got 5-star potential. This one, as far as I'm concerned, so far from what I've seen of him, is a bit of a steal for us. 2 starts and 1 sub appearance in the Betfred Cup, and he's grabbed 2 goals in 2 player of the matches with 7.4 rating. And you can see why he's grabbing those goals. 16 finishing. Again, he's fast. 17 for acceleration, 13 for pace. He's got good natural fitness. Again, should help keep him fit throughout the season, because one of the problems we were having last season is a lot of our players were getting really tired really quickly and were needing rests. So physicals are all there. Mentals, again, happy with the mentals. His work rate could be a little bit better, but he's off the ball. His decision making, his composure, and his anticipation, all good. He can run with the ball. He's got a good first touch. Obviously, he's finishing. His passing could use some work, but then playing as an advanced forward as a striker, how much passing are you really going to be doing? And then he's got good technique as well, and he's got a little bit of flair about him. Could be doing with being stronger. That's my biggest issue with him. That is generally my biggest issue, is his strength. His heading and his jumping reach, not great for a striker, but his strength is a big thing. He's 6 foot tall and 11.5 stone. He should be stronger than that. But as I say, other than that, minor little thing, I'm very happy with him. I think he has a chance of being a star for us. He could be the Michael Dangana replacement that we've been looking for the past couple of years. And when it comes time for him to move on, which, let's be honest, inevitably, any good player we get is going to do, I think we can make a tidy little profit out of him. Next up, we have Mackenzie Carse. He's come in on a free transfer. A 20-year-old Scottish midfielder. Can play anywhere between centre-back and attacking mid, to be fair, through the middle. Primarily as a central midfielder or defensive midfielder. He will probably cover its centre-back for us as well, occasionally. And 4-star ability, 5-star potential. Again, just a player I'm happy with. He's got the right stats where it matters. Again, the only thing he would do me maybe been a little bit stronger. But, for a midfielder, excellent first touch. Excellent passing, good tackling and technique as well if we want to make him a ball-winning midfielder. Good vision and work rate to use those passes and to find them. Good decision making as well. Again, he's got pace, he's got fitness. So yeah, happy with him. Very, very happy with him. He can also hit a ball. He's already scored one for us, and it was what a hit it was. So for a free transfer, happy with that. And finally, we brought in Slavy Spasov. Now, anybody watching this who follows Lelujo, I can't remember what save it was, if it was this year or if it was last year, but this will be a name that's familiar to you if you do follow Kev. Slavy Spasov, 22-year-old Bulgarian striker, can also play attacking midfield, 3-star ability, 4.5-star potential. He's on a free, relatively cheap wage-wise. I really like his dribbling, his first touch, and his physicals. But everything else, like his finishing and whatnot, we can work on, try and improve him. That's pretty much why I brought him in. I brought him in, A, because I recognised the name from having watched one of Lelujo's saves, and B, he's relatively decent. So, fingers crossed, he can do a job for us, but he is mostly going to be a backup. He might start the odd game, but he's mostly going to be a backup for the attacking mid and striker positions. And that's it. That's all our transfers. What that means finance-wise is still got 660,000 in the bank. We've still got 40,000 left in the transfer budget. And wage budget-wise, we still have just over 2,000 in the wage budget that we can spend. So if the right player comes up, there are a couple of positions I would like to bring an extra player or two in. If the right players come up between now and the end of the transfer window, we'll have a look at them and see if we can bring them in. But I'm relatively happy with the transfer business we've done so far. Even more so when we look at the season preview. Whereas the past 2 seasons, we've been plumb last in the media predictions. This season, we're up to 8th. The media think, although we're tied in odds with Arbroath and Greenock, the media don't think we're going to finish 10th. So that's something for us to build in. We still don't have anybody in the media Dream 11, although if we scroll down, we don't have to go too far to find Indiana Vasilev and Mackenzie Cars for our 2 key players. Speaking of Indiana Vasilev, he's still with us. He's still good. He's scored 3 goals for us so far. Very happy with how he started. During the summer, I have been fielding off some transfer offers for him. But at one point did come to me, I think it was Livingston put an offer in for him. Put an offer in of about 70-something thousand. And I rejected it because I don't want to lose him. And he came to me, wasn't very happy that I'd rejected the chance for him to go and play in the Premiership. So I had to promise him that if a bid of 100,000 is received, we'll accept it. Now, this is a player that we brought in on a free last season, so £100,000 is an excellent profit for us. I would prefer not to lose him, and hopefully by the end of the transfer window he's still here, but there is a chance he might leave. Bandera as well, I knocked back a bid for him of 6,000. I've had to promise him that if a bid of 18,000 is received, then he can go. And Gregor Zabret wasn't particularly happy about losing the first choice goalkeeper slot. I've had to make a promise if a bid of 18,000 is received for him, he can go as well, but I don't think we need to worry about Zabret leaving. I would quite like to keep him as my backup and maybe get rid of Tyra. Bandera, there is a possibility he might leave though, because there were teams interested in him over the summer. And that's everything up to date. Looking at the club vision's still the same. Avoid relegation in the Championship, reach the 4th round of the Scottish Cup, be competitive in the League Cup, which we apparently were, and 4th round of the Challenge Cup. How the League Cup went is thusly. We had St Mirren, Clyde, East Kilbride and Stranraer in our group. Lost the opening game to St Mirren 5-1. I expected to lose to St Mirren. Not necessarily that badly, but I expected to lose to them. They are the Premiership team. But we then were able to beat Clyde, East Kilbride and Stranraer consecutively after that. We didn't quite qualify for the second round. We weren't one of the best placed second place teams. Mainly due to goal difference, because we only had a +1 goal difference. So we don't really need to worry about the Betfred Cup anymore. I know last season we ended up with Celtic and made a chunk of money off of that, but we don't really need to worry about that this season. We can focus on the league for now and the Challenge Cup and Scottish Cup if it gets interesting. So with everything then up to date, let's go and see how the team is going to look for our opening game of the season against Dunfermline. And this is the team for the first game of the season. We're going with the 4-2-3-1, and it's Savin in goals, Nuenya, Lee, Christensen and Mackay at the back, Bandera and Kars in midfield, Vasilev, Onan and Canway are the attacking midfield behind Beckett leading the line. So the game gets underway, and hopefully we can have a good start to the season again this season. We had a good start last season. We want to try and get a good start again and keep it up this time. As we have a highlight here, Vasilev has the ball, gives it back to Nuenya. Inside now with Onan. Onan coming forward. Vasilev has moved into the middle and is with Bandera. Bandera finds Canway, and Shemi Canway opens his account for the season and gets our first goal of the season to make it 1-0 Dumbarton over Dunfermline in 7 minutes. That was some nice play on the left hand side between Nuenya, Onan and Vasilev. Bandera does well to find Canway, who just sweeps it into the far corner. Excellent start, I'm happy with that. Another area where we struggled last season, although we scored a lot of goals last season, an area we struggled was scoring multiple goals in a match. Fingers crossed we don't have that problem this season. It is Dunfermline coming forward with it now. Ball over the top was missed by Mackay and squared across the box, but it's offside. Offside may have been for the initial run, to be fair, I wasn't sure. But it was offside, that's all I care about. Half an hour in, still 1-0. And just having a quick look at the match stats, it's a pretty even game. As we have a highlight here just before half time, it's Dunfermline on the ball on the left hand side. If we could close him down, as we allow Mathurin to get to the edge of the box and have a shot, but his shot was wayward. So Savin not having to make the save there. Okay, so half time. Quick look at the half time stats then. Again, still a pretty even game. 7 shots to 5 in favour of Dunfermline. Both of us having had 2 on target. Our XG slightly higher on 0.58 to their 0.55. 2 corners apiece. They've committed more fouls than us and have had a booking. Pass complete percentage is round about the same, and it's 50-50 in possession, so relatively even game. If we can have a bit more of the same in the second half, maybe grab another goal, that would be ideal. And it's a highlight now for Dunfermline on 58 minutes. They look like they're having some joy down their left hand side or right, so might need to have a look there. Good save from Savin as Morrison gets into the box and gets a shot away. Corner to come in now for Dunfermline. And Kars is there to head clear with a diving header when there was nobody anywhere near him, but Beckett's got into the ball. He's got the pace to get away from his man if he needs to, and he does. Tries to get the ball into the box, but the defender gets back and gets a block on it. Okay, 65 minutes. I'm going to have a look at what changes we can make to try and A, spark some life into the game, and B, just kind of like shore up the defence a little bit. What I think first off I'm going to do is we're going to move Vasilev up there for Beckett, and we're going to bring Henderson on the left. Kars isn't having a great game, so we're going to get him off for Ben Davis, who, by the way, is our new captain. Mackay, vice-captain. And for now, I think that's going to do it. And I'll just keep an eye on fitness levels now for the last 25 minutes. 70 minutes corner for Dunfermline is played in. And the header comes in, but it hits the bar and goes over for a goal kick. This is why I want us to be scoring more than one goal in a game, because there was far too often last season where we would score one goal and then our opponents would get back into it. Right, final 5 minutes. We have Vasilev tired as well as Jack Lee. What I think I'm going to do is Vasilev can come off and Spasov can come on for the final 5 minutes. Free kick now for Dunfermline is played into the box. Nuenya is there with the header, and Spasov gets onto the end of it, plays it to Henderson. Henderson, the ball forward for Canway. Canway's in here. Can he make it two? He can't. Good save from the Dunfermline goalkeeper. Canway really should have been doing better there though. As we come into the final minute of regular time. Davis on the ball. He finds it Canway by playing it off a Dunfermline player. Onan's breaking through now. He's got players in support, but he loses the ball to Turner. Dunfermline now have a chance to counter-attack. Hardy coming forward with it. He plays it down the left. Ball comes into the box. The flick from the Dunfermline attacker is just over the bar. We're into the 3 minutes of injury time. Full time. Good win. We were hanging on a little bit at the end there. I would have liked things to be a little bit more comfortable. But we got the 3 points. So it's first game of the season. We don't really need to see the league table. So we're just going to get straight on now to the game against Queens Park. And we're back now with the team for the game against Queens Park. No changes to the team, so it is as follows. Savin in goals, Nguyen Lee, Christensen and Mackay at the back. Bandera and Kars are the midfield, with Vasilev, Onan, Canway, the attacking midfield in behind, Beckett up front. So as the game kicks off, we're apparently slight underdogs in this game, even though A, we're at home, and B, Queens Park are newly promoted. And to be honest, puts us down to the ground. Hopefully we can go out and cause an upset then. A goal kick from Queens Park. It's headed clear by Nguyen. Vasilev has the ball on the left now. He gets to the byline and he's been brought down. It's a penalty kick. Apparently Onan is going to be the one to take it. No, he's not. Vasilev is. He's the best penalty taker we've got. And he better score since I've just changed to him and said that he's the best penalty taker we've got. Steps up and slots it home. Fourth goal of the season already for Vasilev. Good start to the game. And we have a free kick now. Just on the edge of the box. Could be in range here for somebody. As Onan steps up to take it. And Jaden Onan grabs his first goal of the season. What a free kick that was. I didn't check out his free kick start. But that'll do. Beat the keeper at the near post. Right-footed free kick on the right-hand side of the box. You'll love it. You'll love it. Right, 32 minutes in now. It is Queens Park who have the ball, but Onan does fantastically well on the right-hand side to win it back. Feeds Beckett in. Beckett gets into the box. Very tight angle. He has a shot. Keeper able to hold on to it. Maybe could have done a bit better there. Either have the shot a bit earlier or try and pick somebody out across the face of the goal. We come into half-time now. Happy with how things are going so far. If we look at the half-time stats, we are dominating. 14 shots to 3 in our favour. 9 on target to Queen's Park's 1. 2 XG to 0.21. 6 corners to none. Again, not committing as many fouls as our opponents, which is an improvement over previous seasons. 85% to 78% in pass completion and 55-45 is the possession. Nice easy team talk at half time. Happy with how it's going. Keep up. Do have a game coming up against Hamilton relatively soon after this one, so I think I am going to be making some changes just to try and keep some players fresh. So there are a few complacent faces out here as well. Beckett, you can come off. We're going to give Spasov a little bit more time than we gave him in the last game. We can take him off for McCausland. And midfield, Bandera could maybe come off for Davis or Lyon. No, we're going to swap Kars and Bandera over and put Davis on for Bandera. Made our 3 subs, nice and early. Try and keep some of those players fresh for the Hamilton game. Well, Vasilev has just now got tired. McCausland's picked up a knock. Wonderful. Onan is tired now as well. But we are coming into the final minute of the 90. And the throw-in from Mackay can only find a Queens Park defender. Played forward, but Lee's there to cut it out. Good ball forward from Lee. Spasov does well to get that and bring it down. Gets to the edge of the box. Couldn't pick out a pass though, and he's lost the ball, and it's Queens Park who are coming forward now. Good tackle from Lee, but it goes to a Queens Park player. Gold gets into the box. David Gold has a shot. Was that Savin being suspect? Let's have a look. Unlucky from the tackle from Lee. Gold gets into the box. Savin is beating at his near post. Am I just looking for a scapegoat? Am I just looking to blame the keeper? Maybe. Every keeper's going to give up goals like that, I suppose. McCausland's done well here. He gets the ball, but he can't find Spasov ahead of him. Carsa's picked up the loose ball though, into Davis. Davis to Onan. Back to Davis. He plays out wide to Nwenya. Nwenya drives into the box. He has a shot, but his shot flies wide of the far post. Maybe he should have been looking to just play that across to a striker, perhaps. Throw in from Queens Park. Nwenya cuts it out. McCausland plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Vasilev. But it's with Queens Park now. Into the final minute. And Savin has given up a long-range effort. Ball forward from Queen's Park. Where is our defence? B, how is he getting beat from that range? We've just thrown away a 2-0 lead. Was it my fault for maybe making the changes too early? Making the wrong changes maybe? However, as it is only the second game of the season, I'm not going to worry about it too much unless it becomes a habit. If you remember last season, we got off to a flyer with 2 wins from 2 in our opening 2 games and then didn't win again for about the next, 14 matches I think it was, 13, 14 matches in the league. So, not going to worry about it too much. We'll see how things go moving forward. At the end of the episode, it leaves the league table looking like this. We are currently sitting on second, 4 points from 2 games, which, let's be honest, not too bad. Not too bad at all. We're sitting second behind Hamilton, although we are tied in points with Hamilton, Arbroath and Kilmarnock. Also tied on goal difference with Arbroath and Kilmarnock. And just like I said at the start of last season, my aim this season is probably going to be to try and sneak into that final playoff spot. I don't think we would win the playoffs, but it would be to try and sneak into that final playoff spot. In the last 2 seasons we finished 6th and 7th. I want to finish higher than that. So, to see how we're getting on, and whether we are anywhere near reaching that target, or on course for reaching that target, what I think I'm going to do is I'll play through the rest of August, we'll play the Challenge Cup 3rd round, play the Inverness game, and I think we'll come back for the games against Kilmarnock and Greenock Morton at the end of September. And that'll be in the next episode. And that brings an end to episode 31. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the transfers that we've made and how you think we're going to do this season. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like down below. And while you're down there, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. As always, thank you very much for watching.